Hello everyone and welcome. A few weeks back I did a review of a bench vise. While that was a perfectly good bench vise, I decided in that video that it was rather small for what I wanted to do. I got it as an impulse buy at what seemed to be a very good price, so I had no issues with keeping that vise for other projects. Now on the other hand, I told my viewers in that video that I was going to continue looking for a larger vise for doing larger projects. Since that time, I've been looking around for a bigger vise, and at the same time, many of my viewers have suggested that I review more products from Vise. Well, here you have it guys, I got the biggest, baddest vise that Vise has, and it's a monster of a vise. It also has a pretty darn good price. So if you want to see me install this huge vise on my workbench, stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit first about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or some big sale at a big box store where I can help you guys save some money. Alright, so this is the 6.5-inch iron bench vise from Vise, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this vise retails for $89.99, which is not a bad price because I looked at other vises and a lot of them comparable to this were more expensive. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the vise itself, you get two non-marring plastic jaws that are magnetic, they stick onto there, you get the mounting hardware, an owner's manual, and a template for mounting this guy. Alright, so how big is this guy? Well, let me give you a perspective. I'm going to tell you right now the dimensions, and then I'm going to put it next to my old one in a few minutes, and you're going to see the difference. Because looking at it on the webpage, it really doesn't give you a full perspective as to how big this guy really is. This guy is 14.4 inches in length by 6 inches in width and 7.5 inches in height. It is huge. The throat depth on this guy is 3.5 inches. The warranty on this guy is 1 year, and the weight on this guy is 30 pounds. This is a monster. It is super heavy. It's not going anywhere. This guy is made from 60,000 PSI ductile iron and comes with a gray powder coat. This guy also has replaceable serrated carbon steel jaws, so in case you ruin them down the road, you can always get new ones. The anvil back here, which I'll show you more closely in a moment, is 3 inches by 3 inches, and the jaw width is 6.5 inches. This guy also has a pipe jaw built into it for dealing with circular objects like pipes and stuff like that, built in right there, making it very convenient. The opening on this guy, which is the critical factor, that's what I was mostly interested in. How big do these jaws open up? Is 6.5 inches going forward, and the beauty of this guy is that it's also reversible. So you can take this part, move it back here, and it opens to 9 inches on the back part, which is huge, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So this vise is great for anyone, whether a DIYer or professional, that wants to get a strong vise with a large opening to hold down large projects. It also has a large anvil and huge jaws for holding steady whatever it is that you're working on. So let's get my old vise removed and put this one in its place, and I'll give you an idea what this one looks like in comparison to the other one. Alright guys, so here we are looking at my vise, my existing vise. I've had this vise for over 20 years. It's been situated on this bench for over 20 years, and it's helped me to do a ton of projects. And you guys have seen it in a ton of videos, you guys that watch my videos all the time. So then let's look at the new one. Whoa, look at that. Look at the difference in size. It is a monster compared to my existing vise. That guy is huge. The new one from Vise is gigantic compared to the old one. And that's what I tell you, that it's difficult on the webpage to really get a perspective for how big this thing is. I mean, look at the anvil back there, 3 by 3 inches. This one is tiny compared to that. The jaws on that one are tiny compared to this guy. And this surface right here, I think maybe you could probably use it for nailing and stuff, use it as an anvil too. Obviously it's not meant to be, that's the anvil back there, but that's a really big surface for working on back there. And let me give you a look at the jaws. You can see the jaws right there. They're not too bad looking, serrated, have a very nice look to them, and they are replaceable. I mean, they're replaceable on my old one too, but they're in such bad shape, there's just no point. But there you go, looking at that guy right there. It is huge when you compare the two. Look at that little jaw And then look at that one back there. It is gigantic. And this one has two locking things right here, these guys, because it'll turn 360 degrees. And you have two of them, one on each side for locking it up. Unlike my other one, and the other one that I bought too, they only have one locking pin. And I told you that this one is busted on this one. It doesn't really lock very well. So I had to fix this one in place so it doesn't move to have stability. So hopefully this one will give me the stability and the flexibility to move it around and more of a larger opening, since I can go, like I said, 6.5 going that way and 9.5 going that way. So that'll give me quite a large opening right there. So let's get this guy set up. I have to remove that guy first, which it hasn't been off of there in 20 years. And then we'll see about installing this guy. Alright guys, so let's remove the old one so we can install the new one. And I'm not going to make it very tiresome for you. I sped this up so you can see basically what's going on. Because I know if I cut this out completely, somebody's going to complain that you didn't show how you removed it and installed it. So I'm putting it in there for you guys that actually want to see the removal and the installation process. But I sped it up so you don't have to sit through the whole thing in real time. And when I took this guy out, I had to use hand tools because when I installed it 20 some odd years ago, I used wood screws and installed it. And one bolt on the back there because the side and the front, you have 2x4s holding up the workbench. And the other part is basically goes through the plywood. So like on this one, when I installed it, I had to use 3 lag screws that I had myself already. And that's why I'm pre-drilling into the 2x4 and the plywood so that it won't split anything open. And then this one right here, I'm going to use one of the bolts that came with it, and that goes all the way through, and I'm going to have to attach a nut underneath it because it's wide open underneath it. But these 3 right here, the first ones I'm putting in are going into the 2x4, so they're going to give me the strongest security of all of them. So I bolt these guys down with my impact wrench and then tighten up the other one, and we should be ready to go. And here now let's take a look at this guy and see what it really can do. And it really does go 360 degrees all around. There is no stopping point. I thought it would probably have a stopping point and then you had to go back. But no, it just seems to keep spinning forever all the way around. So that's fairly convenient right there. Very, very useful feature. The other one that I got and the one that I already had, basically both of them have stopping points. So this one just keeps on going. So let's open this guy up and see how far it reaches on this part here. I'm basically showing you how steady it is, and you can see I'm securing all this down very tightly where you can see the actual camera is actually shaking. So the bench itself is shaking, making the camera shake. So I'm going to open up this puppy all the way out as far as it goes on this side and measure it out and see, and that's about 6.5 inches right there. I'm covering up to 7 because it shows you 6.5. That is what the actual jaws can do. So 6.5 on the front side here. Now let's take this guy off of here and twist it around to the back and see how big it is on the back side. So far, their specifications are actually spot on. They're correct. So I have nothing to complain about so far. And this guy is made out of ductile iron or cast iron, so you got to be careful when you remove this guy and put it back in. You don't want to drop it, because if you do, that's probably the end of your vise right there. So putting it back in on the back side now, and it just latched on there, and you can see that's about 10 inches. That's about as wide open as that guy goes. Pretty much almost 10 inches, like 9 3/4 or something like that, almost at 10. So that's why I'm showing you the 10 inch right there. So that's the biggest point right there, and then you can start tightening from there, whatever you put in between the jaws. So pretty much you can do just about any huge object in there up to 10 inches. That's pretty big. And that's why I'm putting in this piece of wood right here to show you how it works, and it tightens up really good. And I haven't even tightened it yet, so I have to tighten it against the bench there so it stops moving. But you'll see right now when I tighten it up against the base, it'll stay pretty secure. And there you go. That's not moving at all. In fact, the bench is moving. You can see the camera moving. So that's pretty solid right there. Very, very nice indeed. Pretty much everything I was looking for. I mean, that is really, really fantastic. The great job this is doing. And for under $100, I did not think I would be able to get a vise that does all this stuff for under $100. So that's really a fantastic deal. That's why you guys keep asking me for VBOR stuff, because they have a lot of good stuff at good prices. So that's really fantastic. Now, closing up this side all the way in, that's as far as it'll go. So on the back side, it closes up to about 3 inches because you have the anvil right there in the middle. So about 3 inches is as far as you can tighten that guy in. So you could still do things that are about 3 inches if you don't want to have to swap this back and forth. But when you move it back to the other side, then obviously you can close it up as far as you want because the jaws will come together 100% completely and you can tighten up anything in there. So you can use the other side for bending metal or whatever you want, which I've done quite often in the past. You don't need a metal bender. All you do is put it between the vise and then just hammer it to the shape that you want, and it works just fine. So here we are putting it back on the front side again. And one thing I'll say is that this screw is very, very smooth. You can see I'm really spinning it, and it's giving me trouble because I have it loose again. You have to tighten it to get it to work. But look how smoothly it goes in and out. It's really, really quite easy. And this guy was very, very well oiled, I must say. I had to wipe it clean because it had a lot of oil everywhere. So they definitely put a lot of oil on it so it will not rust in its shipment to you guys. So this seems to be a very nice vise so far. And here are the plastic inserts. I just wanted to show you what they look like and how they work. And they're great for round objects or anything. They have cutouts there. And you can see I'm putting my ratchet in one of the cutouts. And that one's a little too big. Let's move it to a smaller cutout. They have different sizes. Put it in the middle one there. It's nice and snug. And there you see I can tighten it up. And it definitely does not move. So that's really a very good thing to have. These plastic jaws are very convenient. If you don't have one, I suggest you buy one. Or you can make them yourself if you want to. I made some before. That's what I've used in the past. But this guy came with new ones. So then I'm going to use these guys right now. And they're magnetic. As you can see, those are the magnets. They're not going anywhere. They'll stay on there just fine when you need to use them. So far, my impressions are this is a really good bench vise for under $100, really good value. So there you have it. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and installation of my new bench vise from Vise. You guys asked for it and I gave it to you. There you go. You wanted more Vise tools? There you have it. And this is a great bench vise by what I could find. I looked around on Amazon and on the web looking for all sorts of great vices at great value, and this is the best one I could find. And I mean, it is gigantic. It weighs 30 pounds, has 6.5-inch jaws on it, opens up to 6.5 inches on the front side, almost 10 inches on the back side, has a 3x3-inch anvil. It does pretty much everything I need, and probably everything that you guys will need as DIYers out there. Even professionals, I think, would be happy with this guy for about $90, and you might even get it for less when it's on sale. So right now, that's what it costs, is $90, and I think it's still a great value. It even comes with accessories, making your life even easier. So there you go, and if you want to see me use it, hit that subscribe button because I will use this guy quite a bit going forward, just like I did with the previous one. Every time I do some tool testing or something like that, I use my Vise. So if you want to see how this guy performs over time, be sure to be subscribed to the channel and you'll know exactly how this guy holds up, because if it starts breaking down on me, you'll hear about it. So there you go. You want durability and performance? Be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.